Tonight, a congressman is in critical condition fighting for his life after that violent attack.
4 others are in the hospital. The shooter is dead and the search is underway for answers.
And we do have live team coverage tonight across the country.
First, we go to our national correspondent, Mike Sachs, with what we know right now about the shooting. Mike?
The scene here was chaos this morning. And now behind me, crime tape, as the FBI investigates what exactly happened. Why someone would open fire on a group of Republican congressmen just out here practicing for their annual charity baseball game against Democrats tomorrow.
The field was basically a killing field.
A baseball field turned into an open target practice for a gunman who opened fire on about 25 Republican members of Congress, including Representative Mo Brooks.
I see the rifle barrel and a white male taking careful aim at congressmen, staffers, whoever he could get a hold of.
One of those shots hit Representative Steve Scalise, left helpless while standing out in the field.
He dragged himself after he was shot from near second base about 10 or 15 yards into the field.
You have a baseball bat, they have a rifle, you're defenseless.
Also shot, a congressional aide, a lobbyist, and 2 Capitol police officers who jumped into action and shot the accused gunman, 66-year-old James Hodgkinson, keeping him from shooting anyone else. Hodgkinson died from his injuries.
Our lives were saved by the Capitol Hill police. Had they not been there, I think it would have been a massacre.
The bravery that they showed is just incredible.
After the shooting, President Trump made a statement calling for unity.
We may have our differences, but we do well in times like these to remember that everyone who serves in our nation's capital is here because, above all, they love our country.
A sentiment echoed on the floor of the House of Representatives.
We are united. We are united in our shock. We are united in our anguish. An attack on one of us is an attack on all of us.
Speaker Ryan echoed his colleagues who were here this morning, saying that without the heroics of the wounded police officers, many more would have been hurt or killed. As for the charity baseball game, it is on as scheduled tomorrow. Reporting from Alexandria, Virginia, I'm Mike Sachs. Back to you.
And detectives are searching thoroughly for more information about the gunman. Our national correspondent Mark Greenblatt is in Washington with their investigation.
All day long, one disturbing detail after the next has been surfacing about the shooter, who appears to be politically charged and no stranger to police. Federal law enforcement officials named the shooter as James T. Hodgkinson, a 66-year-old from Belleville, Illinois, with outspoken political views. This March, he wrote on Facebook, "Trump is a traitor. Trump has destroyed our democracy. It's time to destroy Trump and company." Hodgkinson was also a member of Facebook groups like Terminate the Republican Party, and other social media posts link Hodgkinson to the Bernie Sanders campaign for president.
Violence of any kind is unacceptable in our society, and I condemn this action in the strongest possible terms.
Hodgkinson has had dozens of run-ins with police dating back at least to the 1980s, ranging from allegations of fleeing from police to battery. In 2006, he was arrested for domestic violence and aggravated discharge of a firearm after records say he punched a woman in the face with a closed fist and later fired a shotgun when confronted by another man. Police in St. Clair County, Illinois, encountered Hodgkinson just this March, responding to a report he was shooting into nearby pine trees. The caller heard 50 shots. Records show Hodgkinson had a valid permit and was advised to not discharge his weapon there. Before turning violent in Alexandria, Virginia, Hodgkinson appears to have stopped a member of Congress in the parking lot to make sure he knew what kind of politicians were in the line of fire.
Who asked me if the team practicing was a Democrat or a Republican team. I told him they were Republicans.
Hodgkinson is also reported to have left Illinois more than a month ago, moving to Alexandria, where locals say they saw him repeatedly at a YMCA located right next to the baseball field where he staged the attack. Mark Greenblatt for the Scripps Washington Bureau. Back to you.
And tonight, as police continue to investigate, an Oklahoma congressman is trying to process what happened. 2 Works for You anchor Daniel Wynn spoke with one representative who hopes this is a wake-up call. Daniel.
Well, I spoke to Congressman Markwayne Mullin this morning. He was actually in the gym when he got the call there'd been an incident. And Congressman Scalise's office asked Mullin to call Scalise's wife, Jennifer, to let her know what exactly had happened. Mullen tells me it is getting quite alarming that they're being told the attacker targeted Republicans.
I know a lot of people have been upset the last 8 years of our last president, but you didn't see the violence and the hatred that you're seeing right now in the opposition towards this current president. And people are making, decisions. I'm not saying people, but you've seen a lot of anger towards individuals simply because of their political affiliation. And it's a wonder, unfortunately, something like this hasn't already taken place.
Now, he went on to say he hoped this could possibly serve as a wake-up call. He says it's okay to agree to disagree, but we should never resort to this kind of behavior. Now, as for his own security, he says he isn't worried. Daniel Wynn, 2 Works for You.